When we talk about the prehistoric world, we tend to think of the gigantic dinosaurs or bizarre oversized insects that lived in it. We perceive mammals as evolving and changing pretty fast compared to other animals. After all, humans only showed up a few 100,000 years ago. Compare that to crocodiles, which as a family have existed for over 200 million years, and it's easy to understand why most mammals don't evoke that same Jurassic Park vibe. There are some exceptions, however. In the undergrowth of the Caribbean islands of Hispaniola and Cuba, this little guy comes out at night to forage for insects. At first glance, you might think he's some kind of shrew, but he's a lot stranger and older. He's called a Solenodon. This one in particular is a Hispaniolan Solenodon. There's only one other species alive today, called the Cuban Solenodon. Solenodons have existed almost unchanged since the Cretaceous period. About 76 million years ago, they diverged from the ancestors of all other mammals, and as such have some interesting traits that aren't found in other mammal groups. They're insectivores, and like most insectivores have a long snout complete with whiskers to help them detect prey. They also have ball socket joints in their shoulders and hips like the rest of us. Unlike the rest of us, the Hispaniolan Solenodon also has a ball socket joint in its nose for maximum nook and cranny investigation. The name Solenodon means slotted tooth. This refers to unique grooves the animal has in its incisors. What these grooves are for is what really sets the Solenodon apart from other mammals. It's one of the only mammals with a truly venomous bite. You might be saying, hang on, I know for a fact a slow loris bite is a bad time. And while it's true they can use venom, it's not ready-made. They have to combine their saliva with a secretion from a gland on their inner arm. The Solenodon's very saliva is naturally venomous, so all they have to do is bite an animal, and the saliva travels down the grooves in their incisors and into whatever it is they're biting, with enough power to paralyse smaller animals. Fossil records show that a lot of mammal groups used to have a similar adaptation, but the trait was lost over time. Why the Solenodon kept this trait is still a mystery. It's a mystery scientists hope to solve, but first they must make sure the Solenodon is still around to be studied. After surviving the extinction event that ended the dinosaurs, the ensuing 65 million years of changing continents, changing climates, and the rise and fall of countless species, the Solenodon is in danger of disappearing at the hands of Earth's new dominant life form, us. This living fossil has suffered a similar fate to island fauna all over the world. With a small range and no natural predators, the Solenodon's numbers have been decimated by introduced cats, dogs, mongoose, and habitat loss. Thankfully, a variety of conservation organisations are doing their best to learn more about the Solenodon, so we can hopefully bring this relic from the past with us into the future.